can hurt. They may seem small, just sounds or letters strung together, but they carry weight. They can stick with us long after they're spoken, echoing in our minds when we're alone. Sometimes people tell lies. They say things that are just not true. Things meant to tear us down or make us question who we are. A single message or comment can change how we see ourselves. And well, this can make us feel really sad and alone. It can feel like no one understands, like we're invisible in a world that's moving too fast to notice our pain. Sometimes people even use words to bully others. They laugh, mock, or shout, not realizing or maybe not caring how deep their words cut. They try to make others feel small, like they don't matter, like their voice doesn't count. And when that happens again and again, it can start to feel like maybe they're right. This is not right. When others hurt us with their words, it can be hard to know what to do. We might question our worth or wonder if we're truly alone in how we feel. We might feel like hiding or even giving up. Like the world is too loud, too cruel, and there's no space left for us to just be. But there is hope. We have a God who sees and hears us. He knows our pain and He cares deeply. Even when others don't understand, He does. And in His love, we find strength to rise again. In the Bible, there's a book called Psalms. It's a collection of ancient songs, poems, and heartfelt prayers written by people who experienced deep joy, intense sorrow, and everything in between. These are songs and prayers that express real human emotions: fear, hope, anger, gratitude, and longing. They remind us that it's okay to bring our raw, unfiltered feelings to God. One of these songs, Psalm 12, was written by a man named David. He wasn't just a poet, he was a warrior, a shepherd, and eventually a king. David was a king, but he still faced problems. His life was filled with battles, betrayals, and moments of deep loneliness. People lied about him, spread rumors, and even plotted to destroy him. He knew what it felt like to be surrounded by enemies and to feel completely misunderstood. In Psalm 12, David cries out to God, not with polished words, but with desperation. He pleads for help, for truth, and for justice. He asks God for help, believing that even when people fail, God remains faithful and just. He feels alone and afraid, like the world around him is crumbling. But he doesn't stay silent. He speaks up and he prays. Have you ever felt that way? Like no one understands what you're going through? Like you're carrying a weight too heavy to bear? David teaches us to take our troubles to God. No matter how dark things seem, we can cry out to Him, and He listens. The good news is that God listens to our prayers. He hears us when we cry out to Him. He sees when people are hurting. He knows when others are telling lies. God is always with us. He will never leave us alone. Even when it feels like no one else understands, God does. He is our helper and our friend. We can always turn to Him. In Psalm 12, verse 6, David says that God's words are pure. They're like silver that has been refined 7 times. So what does this really mean? Well, it means that God's words are always true. They are perfect and powerful. We can trust God's words. When everything else seems uncertain, we can hold on to His promises. His words give us hope. They show us the way. God cares deeply for those who are hurting. His heart is tender toward the broken, the weary, and the forgotten. When life feels overwhelming and the weight of sorrow seems too heavy to bear, He is near. He listens to every cry, sees every tear, and holds every shattered piece of our hearts. He sees the pain of the poor and the needy. He notices the ones the world often overlooks: the hungry, the homeless, the lonely. His compassion reaches into the darkest corners, bringing light and comfort where there was once despair. He promises to protect them. In moments of danger, in times of fear, He is a refuge. Like a shelter in the storm, His presence surrounds and shields those in need. He will fight for them, God stands for justice. He defends the voiceless and uplifts the oppressed. His justice is not delayed and his power is unmatched. And honestly, we must do the same. We are called to be his hands and feet, to serve, to love, to act. When we show kindness, we reflect his heart to a hurting world. God's love is a light in the darkness. It breaks through the night like the dawn, guiding us when we feel lost and giving us hope when all seems hopeless. His words offer hope and healing. In Scripture, we find promises that restore our souls and truths that anchor us in the storm. Prayer becomes our lifeline, connecting us to the one who never fails. No matter what troubles you face, remember that God is with you. Turn to him. Trust in his promises. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Even in silence, he is working. Find your safe place in his love. Let his peace calm your anxious heart. Let his presence be your home. In him there is healing, restoration, and everlasting